The RICOH THETA X can take 8K video. It can take it at 5 FPS, 2 FPS, and 10 FPS. However, in the settings on the body of the camera, there's only 10 FPS and 2 FPS for the 8K. We also check the mobile app, and in the settings of the mobile app, it's even a bit more limited. Under the video size, there's only the 4K and the 2K settings. I'm going to use a free API testing tool. There's many of this type. You don't have to use a specific one, but I'm going to show you how to use this API tester and configure my mobile phone. I'm using Visor to control my mobile phone. You can type it in directly, but Visor does make it a bit easier. I'm going to start off by copying some of the commands from an existing option I have for the Theta X. The first line is the API endpoint. That's one with the 192.168 on it. It's the same as for the top-bottom correction as for the file format, which is what we're going to use to set the video size and the frame rate. We'll also copy the post data. I'm going to just store this in Notepad or some type of text editor, not a word processor. So the editor on the right, you want to make sure that it's not formatted text. It's just the textual characters. I'm going to create a new request and put the endpoint in. It's the same one that I used for the other command. The body is going to be raw. The content type automatically fills in as application JSON. And then for the post data, we'll just start off with the existing command. So first there'll be a copy of the command that we use to change the top-bottom correction. Under the options, there's two sets of information. One is top-bottom correction, and then there's a colon, and then it says apply. So we're going to have to change these options. Referring to the API documentation, I'm going to look for the file format. So the first piece of data would be the actual file format, that word with a capital F. And then the second piece, we want the video size or the video format size. So I'm going to look for the 8K 5 FPS. Start off making the change by copying file format. And I'm going to select the top-bottom correction. I'll replace it with file format. It should be in double quotes. The next is the 8K 5 FPS. Unfortunately, this is not a simple copy and paste because there's actually smart quotes in the documentation. So I'm going to copy the file format value. I'm going to paste it into a text editor. Then I'm going to change all the smart quotes to a normal double quote. The smart quotes are curved, and it won't work inside of the command. Now that I have all the smart quotes changed to double quotes, I'm going to put it into the post data. I'll just check the top-bottom correction quickly to make sure I have all the information. I'll change the name of the command that I'm creating for 8K 5 FPS. And you can put any name in here that is meaningful to you. So content type should be application JSON. And we have the post data. We now need to connect the mobile phone to the RICOH THETA X in access point mode. So I just went into the Wi-Fi settings of my mobile phone. I found the Theta X as the hotspot and I connected to it. So let's select the 8K 5 FPS video, press it. It's just going to say done. So it doesn't actually show the value when you first do it. You can test some other commands, make sure that it works. This is the screen of the camera. So I'm looking at the body of the camera, the LCD screen. It's set to 8K 5 FPS. I'm going to switch it back to a different value so that we can then change it again, and you can see it happen in real time here. So let's just select 4K 30 FPS. I'll close the settings screen on the body of the camera, pressed the API tester tool, and it switched it back to 8K 5 FPS. So when you're in the field, you should be able to use this, trigger, and then press the button on the body of the camera to start the video capture. With the tester tool, you could, if you figure out this process, you could set other settings on the camera, including things like the bit rate. You can, if you have questions, you could ask it in the RICOH Theta community forum that we have, and it's community run. By a bunch of very friendly people.